and I did do looked it up on the interweb. If I got this right, they're going to have a 3-way, and then the winner will face Raven that night, same night, right?
Right after for the world title.
Right. All right. So this should be pretty cool because we're going to have Stevie Richards, Sandman, and 85-year-old Terry Funk. Wow. Going to be some blood flowing in this one, buddy. And here comes the Blue World Order. Look at the fucking meanie, buddy. Man.
Let me just tell you,
look at the fucking meanie.
I love him. If I were a wrestler, I would be Blue Meanie. I mean, look at this.
Yes, sir. And then there's the a guy looks like the Macho Man, Randy Savage, trying to do a Hulk pose.
What's his name, by the way? I'll let you name him.
I don't know. I don't know any of those guys' names.
Name him, fucker.
Okay. Blue Savage. Blue Savage. That's his name.
So the guy dressed up like Hulk Hogan is Blue Savage.
Blue Savage. Okay. In green is Mike Jones.
Okay. We'll go with that. Who?
Okay. And, the kid with the video camera looks like, wow, he looks like he's trying to be the 1, 2, 3 kid, but let's just call him the 1 kid because he's not big enough to have a 2 and a 3.
God damn it.
Okay. The 1 kid, Blue Savage, the Blue Meanie, as we know, Stevie Richards, and the green, Mike Jones. That's your B World Order.
B World Order. I don't know why that got me, but it did. Your B World Order.
B World Order.
Oh my God.
God.
B.
You know, I saw Blue Meanie last summer at the autograph signing I did at the ECW arena, and got to talk to him for a little bit. And he's obviously lost some weight, but he had a pretty good run, didn't he, for a gimmick? Here he is. Take my hand, crush the beer can on my head. Da 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 da. Enter night. Da 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 da. Dave Day. I don't know the word to that song. Let's see.
It's better if you just make them up.
Okay. Okay.
Is this the coolest entrance in the history of wrestling, in your opinion?
Yes, I mean, he was, he was a one cool motherfucker, buddy. Coming in, smoking a cigarette, kendo stick. There you go. Open the beer with one fucking hand.
Let me just tell you.
Oh man.
When I get you and Lois over to Conradison this summer for a pool party, we're fucking opening beers like that in the pool together.
Boom, 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 boom. Hell yeah, buddy. And then as Bruce Pritchard says, and then the bell rang.
Yeah. I knew you were going with that. Right. I knew where you were going with that.
Oh God, man.
Let's do some questions here on Twitter. This is going to be a pretty long match, a good match. There's going to be a couple of high spots in here I need you to see, but let's get to it. AJ wants to know, what was the talk, if any, in the WCW locker room before and after the pay-per-view?
In the WCW locker room before and after any pay-per-view?
Yep.
Okay. Before the pay-per-view, there was always a lot of stress and a lot of tension. And I think that you may want to hit Eric up on this when you talk to him on your podcast, that, I'm not so necessarily say he put a lot of pressure on us. I guess just being number one for all those years put a lot of pressure on us and a lot of stress. And maybe he ramped it up a little bit by his demeanor. But afterwards, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, because I ran out of the building. And when I say I don't know, I legitimately don't know. I didn't go around, pat everybody on the back, say, "Oh, great job, great match, man, you really tore it up." I didn't do that shit. I left. We ran out of the building. Me and Heenan and Tenay and then, of course, Lee Marshall's with us and Gene Okerlund. We ran because we didn't give a fuck. It was over. What could you do? And most of the guys left anyway after their match.
Dean Martin wants to know, how Roll Tide was Francine?
In this match, she was fucking go dogs.
Davenport wants to know, why are you covering this show?
Because my life's become a dick joke.
Chad wants to know, why is this on a WCW podcast?
Well, I think I just answered that, because my life's become a dick joke.
Hendricks wants to know, has Tony ever chanted ECW? If so, when, where, and why?
I chanted it tonight during the show. The only time I've ever done it.
Bug wants to know, do you like the ECW version of Stevie Richards, or do you prefer dancing Stevie Richards that you got in
I hate to say it, I like this version.
Of course.
Yeah. I do.
Jeremy wants to know, can you do a Joel Gertner style promo? Have you ever seen Joel? This is the guy you referred to earlier as Dave Penzer sucking on an air hose.
Uh-huh.
Well, he would do promos where he would start and he would go, well, it is I, the quintessential stud muffin. And he would like do a little silly limerick about himself. Like, Joel, while you were playing on your computer, I took your girlfriend and I screwed her, Gertner. So I'm going to need you to study some Joel Gertner promos and throw us one on Facebook later this week. Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay. So if you'd like to see Tony do a little Joel Gertner action, we're going to do it, on Facebook. And Joel's listening, by the way. So thanks for listening, Joel. Yeah.
Thanks, Joel. And hopefully I will, honor your memory.
Michael wants to know, your memory, like he's dead. Tommy Young faced Klondike Bill on this card. What kind of match stip would they have had, and how would Tony call the match?
Okay. The match stip would have been, the first person whose joint flies out of the tights, the other person would have to yank on it, and he would be the winner.
Apparently, Tom believes Nitro was in Philadelphia the next day, and he wants to know if this was a plan to sort of sabotage the event.
No, it was not. It was just a case where we found it was Gary Juster found it a good time to run Philadelphia.
You see what Stevie Richards is wearing here with the cutoff jeans and the crop top.
Yeah, look, can I interrupt you here?
Please.
Not everything was a fucking sabotage. Okay. Now, maybe a lot of things that Vince did back then was sabotage, but not everything was sabotage.
Great question on Twitter here. Has Tony ever asked Lois to dress like Dancing Stevie at home, or vice versa?
No, I haven't, but you mean like this right now?
Yeah. What Stevie was wearing right now.
No, but that's not a bad idea. Wouldn't have been a great idea back in 81.
Yeah. Maybe not now. Vince wants to know, what's Tony's opinion on Joey Styles?
You know what? I never heard Joey Styles call a match. I've only listened to clips of Joey Styles on YouTube. I listened to him saying, "Oh my God." And that's why I used that a couple of times here. I never heard him call a match. So I don't know. Just know by meeting him, he was a great guy. Really, really was.
Sean wants to know, who from this show would have been a star in Jim Crockett Promotions back in the 80s? Not named Terry Funk, of course.
Yeah. I think either Sabu or Taz would have had a chance.
I think Taz. I think Shane Douglas.
Yeah. Shane Douglas.
I think Lance Storm could have done well. I'll tell you, I know that a lot of people are going to take issue with this, but if Jimmy Valiant could get over with his gimmick and Jim Crockett, I got to think Sandman could too.
Yeah. This pouring beer down the throat, though, wouldn't have gotten over back in the 80s with the Crockett's.
You don't think? Flair did this every night in the fucking bar.
Well, I know he did, but he didn't do it on TV, for crying out loud.
Well, he wouldn't pull out his Peter, so that would be better.
Every time he bonks himself in the head with a beer can, I mean, just like, oh.
Hey, let me tell you, this is, we're way, way, way off track here. Have you heard about this show on Netflix called Wild Wild Country that's gotten really popular over the last month or so?
No.
So it's a 6-part documentary, and I'm going to murder the dude's name, but it's about the Bhagwan and the Rajneeshis out in Oregon in like the early 80s. Are you in the loop on this?
No.
It's like an Indian,
it's like a cult out there.
That's right. Like an Indian cult leader.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I watched it over the weekend with my person, and I said, can you fucking believe that all of this happened and we had no idea? And so anyway, the dude winds up getting arrested in Charlotte, # spoiler. And I joked before I knew that, I was like, listen, your dad's old enough to know about this. We got to ask your dad about this, because this would have been something he would have heard about. And when they arrested him in Charlotte, I'm like, oh, definitely. In Charlotte in 85, your dad knew about this. And she said, he probably went out there and showed him his dick. That's when I was like, I'm so glad we're getting married. This is the best thing ever. Like,
that's because your father-in-law's dick has become a family heirloom.
Well,
it has.
Cat bath available now at lowestrules.com.
His dick has become a family heirloom, and not many families can say that. As a matter of fact, I would venture to say no families can say that.
One of my very best friends who passed away this last year, the first time he met Rick over at the house in, like, I don't know, 2014 or something. He was so enamored with Rick growing up a big wrestling fan. The first thing he says is, Ric Flair, they should bronze your dick. And at the time I didn't realize that you and I were going to do a podcast together, and that about 12% of the show would be about Ric Flair's penis.
Well, bronze your dick. I'll guarantee if they'd ever bronzed his dick, it'd be on your mantelpiece with all the other items you have.
No, I actually don't want that. You know, somebody once said, you don't know Ric Flair unless you've seen him naked. And I'm happy to say I don't really know Ric Flair.
Well, get ready.
I'd rather not. Thanks.
Get ready. Get ready for the first family Thanksgiving.
I've done Thanksgiving with him a couple of times, and it's not made an appearance. Mm-hmm. And I think since he's not drinking anymore, like that ship has sailed. I don't think he's going to be like helicoptering. I'll
guarantee I could talk him out of it. I could talk it out.
So you're like the penis whisperer.
I'm like the Indian guy with the flute, and his penis is like the
so you're gonna get
cobra. The cobra.
I feel like you're going to be down there doing like little motivational speeches. Like, don't you want to come out and kiss all the girls and make them cry? Come on. Woo for him, little Nate. Woo.
Come on. We want to see that babe. Come on, the baby's on.
What the fuck are we doing right now?
We are going way off camera. Holy shit.
Sandman throws a ladder into the ring without regard for his opponents. It nails Terry Funk. Down he goes. Yeah.
And he drops the ladder right on Stevie Richards as well. But throwing the ladder in the ring, just throwing it. Just, good God.
There's going to be a spot here in just a second with Terry Funk and the ladder that is one of my favorite memories of my wrestling fandom.
Okay.
I'll let you know when we get there. On the way there, though, let me ask a question here. This is a pretty fun one here. Richie wants to know, does Terry Funk or does Tony Schiavone have a Terry Funk impression?
Probably not a good one.
Well, I mean, nothing on this show is good. That's kind of the rib. I saw Zack Ryder at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And he said, man, I got to tell you, that Tony Schiavone podcast, that first one with Goldberg, that was fucking so bad. But now it's so bad, it's good. He's like, I would play it for the boys when we were going to towns, and Ziggler would be like, turn this shit off. It's the fucking worst thing ever. And now he wants it every time because it's so bad, it's good. I think that should be our slogan for the show. Yeah, so bad it's good.
Yeah, well, fuck Zack Ryder and fuck Dolph Ziggler and fuck you.
Moonsault! 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 Let's run through this. Terry Funk, as you said, is 85 years old. The motherfucker just moonsaulted off of a ladder.
And let's remember, he's a member of one of the great wrestling families of all time.
Absolutely.
And he's doing this shit. Oh, good God Almighty.
An NWA world champion back when being NWA world champion was the thing to be.
Exactly.
By the way, let me just back up here. I'm not motherfucking Kurt Hawkins or Dolph Ziggler or Zack Ryder. Those guys wear our shit and support our show and say Lowest Rules and all that jazz. You need to take that back.
No, if I say fuck you, it's a term of endearment for me.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you. Yeah. And
yeah, you.
Yeah. And fuck them.
Okay. Right.
Not really.
Okay. So there you go. There's Mike Jones dressed in a green shower curtain down the bottom. Who was this guy? What was was he really a wrestler? This guy in the green?
The gimmick is they're trying to mimic Dennis Rodman, of course, with the boa and the dyed hair and all that.
Got it. Jeez.
And, obviously the other BWO members are Hulk Hogan and they're calling him, or I guess in the ring, they're calling Stevie Richards here, Big Stevie Cool, like Big Daddy Cool.
Okay.
And they're calling the Blue Meanie, the blue guy, like the bad guy for Razor Ramon.
Whoa. Right. 1, 2. Oh, and he kicked out of it. Yeah. The Sandman, for all the great shit that he does coming in the ring, he just kind of just throwing shit and lying around there, isn't he?
Well, what'd you think? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Jesus. It's a wonder a guy didn't get killed in this fucking thing. Absolutely wonder a guy didn't get killed. Oh, damn it. That was my only Terry Funk.
Jay Blaze wants to know, who do you think that we've seen tonight has a low-key big hog?
Well, I would think it would be Taz.
Really?
I think we kind of got a shot of that, didn't we? And
I don't remember looking. I don't want to look.
Well, I was looking just because it was kind of thrust in front of me.
Dave Silva may know.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
So is this your first time seeing a Sandman match? Of course, you've seen Stevie wrestle. You've seen Terry Funk wrestle.
First time I've seen Sandman. The only thing I've seen to Sandman is an entrance from YouTube again.
The referee here, do you want to name him?
Yeah, let's call him Rob Roy.
See, I was going to go Jake from State Farm.
Okay. See, you asked me to name these guys when you always have a better name than I do.
Well,
I know what's going on now. I got it. I get it.
What do you mean?
I know what's going on.
I told you the gimmick this week.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is one of my favorite wrestling memories ever. I need your commentary here.
Oh my God. It's a Three Stooges spot, right? Yep. Curly's got the 2x4 up. Down goes Mo and down goes Larry. Yeah, baby. Oh, absolutely. And then of course he spun himself out.
3 or 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to hang out with Terry Funk, and he randomly said, "Do you have that first ECW pay-per-view?" And I said, "I do." This is before the network. And so I threw in the DVD here, and he wanted to watch this match. And as he's spinning around with this ladder on his head, he says, "I went to college." That is the fucking best line ever. As he puts a ladder around his head, it spins around hitting other dudes. I went to college. And I start laughing, and he's like, "I'm serious. Can you imagine watching this and saying, this is how my grandpa makes a living?"
Well, behind the scenes, Terry Funk was one of the funniest, friendliest, nicest guys ever. He really was. When I first came back into WCW, they took him off of the Worldwide show. They had him on with Chris Cruz. And I thought for sure, I may have told this story, I thought for sure that he was going to be pissed off at me. And he never was. He was just, but he kind of played it up. Like, "Schiavone, why did you take me off that show?" But he was just always really cool about it. And I should have had a chance to work with him.
Peter wants to know, are we covering this show because we've officially run out of ideas?
No, we're covering the show because obviously I did not have a good enough behind the scenes. Oh, wow. Lodi's boot. Down goes Sandman. 1, 2 count. Obviously, I have not had good enough behind the scenes shit. So that's why we brought Bischoff in. So he can really give you the behind the scenes shit. And I could just do the silly shit.
Well, okay. Now that's not exactly fair. We've been doing watch along for a long time. I thought it would be fun to get your reaction to ECW. I sort of freestyled it on an episode a few weeks back.
Yeah.
People were into it and wanted it. So fuck it. Here we go.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm enjoying it. I really am. And the reason I'm enjoying it, I haven't seen this yet. Never.
Right.
And this is really kind of this, if you think about it, I'm serious about this. I've said it before. This is kind of the forerunner to what we're seeing in pro wrestling now. High spots, tables, crazy shit. That's what we're seeing in wrestling now. We're not seeing Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat stuff anymore.
Right.
We're seeing this stuff. So this stuff has now lasted. This stuff has now lasted the time, not the old Mid-Atlantic, the old Harley Race shit, this stuff. So I'm enjoying it. I really am. And it's just, and again, it just blows my mind. And I don't know what these kids made back then. Look at this. Just improvising. I don't know what these kids made back then. I'm sure Funk traveled around and made good money wherever he made. But it just amazes to me that what they would do, the crazy things they would do to their bodies.
For the love of the sport.
For the love of the sport, because they weren't making money like Savage or Hogan or Flair were.
No.
So there is a tremendous amount of respect that I have for these guys. Back then, I heard about it. I didn't care about it because I was old school. But now I have a tremendous amount of respect for it. I really do. And we got guys in MLW like Jimmy Havoc, like Darby Allin, like those guys. I mean, just Shane Strickland will do crazy shit. I mean, Joey Janela, they do that crazy shit. And I just scratch my head, man. I say, good for you guys. But, and again, Daniel Bryan, his career suffered because of all crazy shit that he did. And he finally was able to come back and get in the ring again. But this extreme stuff is stood the test. What is this? I thought it was a beer keg at first.
Can you imagine if he threw a beer keg that far, that hard? How bad that would have hurt? That would have killed somebody.
Yeah, but they didn't give a fuck.
I love you for that.
They didn't. I mean, and again, when you throw shit, hit somebody with something's different. But when you throw it, that adds a certain element of the fuck. See, what is he trying to do here? That adds a certain element of danger because they can bounce, they can fly, they can hit a rope, hit a fan. And this match has gotten so fucking crazy that even the rabid ECW fans are just kind of gawking, saying, "What in the fuck are we looking at?"
Hey, let me just say, I love Arn Anderson, but that picture that you uploaded of you and Arn Anderson backstage,
yeah,
it looks like Arn Anderson's trying to sell us term life insurance.
Yeah, yeah, no, or he's just come to our house as an Orkin inspector, telling us we had termites.
Who's the old man who used to do the diabetes commercials?
Yeah, I know. Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley is Arn Anderson's uncle. I just realized that.
I'm Wilford Brimley. I want to talk to you about diabetes.
Conrad, I got bad news. You got diabetes. Oh my God.
Absolutely. No, I'm really enjoying this, and I wasn't sure I would, but I really am, and I kind of like to go back and listen to it again, listen to Styles' commentary. I really would.
They're hitting the shit out of each other, man.
And they are, and again, I mean, once again, Flair said this on his 30 for 30. Okay, there's nothing fake about this. It's choreographed. But they are, I mean, my God, they are just improvising and freestyling and doing all kinds of crazy shit, and they keep kicking fucking out. I mean, I would think that if I've been hit with a trash can and that ladder and those chairs and those tables ad nauseum, that I would just want to lay down and say, all right, I had enough of this shit, man. Right. But they keep kicking out. Oh, man. I don't know about you, but that Dennis Rodman character sticks out like a sore thumb every time he walks back and forth. See, look at, fuck. What? Oh, this is, again, you get flying paraphernalia. You never know where it's going to land. And those fans standing up over there, looking, I hope it didn't hit a fan over there. But again, some fan, isn't it true that in Japan, fans love to get involved in the matches? They felt that if a wrestler went outside and hit a fan, that was high praise for the fan. That was an honor. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the fans here are like this as well. If they get hit by a fucking flying ladder, then they feel like it's an honor as well. My God, Stevie, stay down. Did they just pin him? Yep. All right. Whew. I'm thinking if I'm Stevie Richards, I'm glad it's over. Roll his ass out of the ring. And now Sandman and Terry Funk. Wow. How much more can a person endure? I'm not talking about watching this. I'm talking about these two guys.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah. And, they're doing this for what? This has been what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes of a match?
I'm not exactly sure how long they've been going, but they've been going a while here, buddy.
25, not of a match, 25 minutes of fucking carnage.
Yeah.
Is what this is. And he hasn't even used the kendo stick yet. And so Stevie's out of the match, and what do? They fall on his prone ass on the floor. Stevie rolls out saying, thank God I'm out of this, and what do? They fucking fall on him. Oh, my God. Here's another thing that amazes me, with the exception of the beer cans to Sandman's head, we haven't seen any juice here yet. And I don't know what Sandman thinks he's going to do with all these streamers. Wait a minute. Is that barbed wire he's got the streamers wrapped around?
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh, of course it is. Why not? Funk gets him with a trash can. Another Three Stooges spot. Dick Murdoch was good at Three Stooges spots too, by the way.
The best. Dick Murdoch was the best.
Yeah, he could do that. He could do that that dance that Curly could do. And now we're going to get some juice. Holy shit, we're going to get it to, oh God, just, they had the streamers all tangled up in the barbed wire and whipping the back of the Sandman, and it's juice coming the hard way. Oh, Lordy. I often thought that back in the day when we had matches with barbed wire wrapped around the ring,
right,
that they would file down the points.
No. Yeah,
they would back then.
No, I get that. In ECW, that's
no,
just legit.
They didn't do it. There's no way they did.
Right.
Yeah. So he's got streamers coming out of his ass. Streamers coming out of his ass, and a leg drop from the top.
I feel like we need an endorsement from Party City right now. Come on down to Party City and use our promo code. You'll have streamers coming out of the ass.
Oh my God. Everybody, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I was unsure some of the things that I'd seen leading up to this, but man, this thing is a fucking riot we're watching right now. It is an absolute riot. It's the Unknown Comic. Oh, God. Oh, my God. So, yeah, put the trash can on his head, and then, thank God he took that off. It had broke his neck. He's going to do a moonsault. Terry Funk with another moonsault on the barbed wire, and he gets the win. Terry Funk is going to go on to wrestle Raven for the ECW championship.
I feel like I should tell you here, they've run long on time. So they only have a few minutes here left in the satellite time.
Okay.
And this building, of course, is a converted bingo hall. So they've overloaded this thing, and just literally seconds after they go off the air, and they're in a definite time crunch here, literally seconds after they go off the air, they lose power. The breaker blows, the generator blows, everything goes completely black. So had they missed time to this just a little bit, people would not have seen the finish.
Wow. How about that? And they wouldn't have had bingo, and the ladies in the oxygen and everything coming in the next day would have been pissed off.
I feel like we should mention too, that the person doing the time cues for this, you want to guess who it was?
It was Craig Leathers. I don't know.
It was Sonny.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And
let that go.
Okay. There's got to be a story there somewhere.
No, she was trying to get somebody to show her the ropes.
I bet. Hey, Sonny was, here we go.
Sonny.
Here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we look at. Fucking, oh God, Terry Funk bleeding. Jesus. So now let me get this right. So the breaker blows, the lights go out, and all these rabid fans have to exit in the dark. Somewhat. It reminds me of back in 1987, we're working an event at the UIC Pavilion, and Gary Juster comes to me and says, I think I'm a ring announcer there that night, and Gary Juster comes to me and says, there are thunderstorms all around here in Chicago, and there's blackouts all over the city. If the lights go out, your microphone will still be hot. You tell the fans, please be calm. The lights will be back on soon. And I said, if the lights go out, Gary, I'm getting under the fucking ring. Fuck that. And who's the guy just got in the ring with the tie on? I guess he's a doctor.
That's right.
Checking out to see if Terry Funk is not bled to death as of yet. So I just, Jesus, man. I did go to college.
What are you thinking of your first ECW?
Just spectacular. I mean, really, just unabridged chaos is what it is. So Raven's going to go out, get a table. They're running short on time. Terry Funk's been gouged, cut, bleeding, using a ladder, trash can, using, and I guess, is this doctor trying to tape his head up as they're going along here? For what? Let him freaking bleed, man. Good God. I guess this is, and I know he became quite a legend before then, but this was one of the matches, I guess, that made Terry Funk a hardcore legend, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's helping make them here in a big way.
Right. So Raven just picked up a chair and slung it at Funk. And again, so dangerous when you just throw things. He doesn't have enough room to put the table up here. So he's going to improvise here a little bit. I got to get this situated here. Funk comes out from under a table and Raven back to Jesus. And again, they're freestyling here, right? Because he thinks he has room to put the table up. Oh, my God. Look at that bloody mess on the table, for crying out loud. Oh, my God. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, as that sign in the background says, oh, my God. That's all I could say. And that's it. I guess the doctor wanted to call the match, and the match still going on because Raven decked him. Is a finish even really important here?
I mean, I think it is.
What is this, the forerunner of Raven's Flock?
That's exactly right. So you've got all of his minions that he's sort of, and that's a lady in the ring beating up Terry Funk right now.
Is it really?
And now a pile driver.
Holy shit.
I don't know what that was.
Who is that?
It's Lois.
No, although Lois is that size of that linebacker.
So he dispatched his minions to take care of Tommy Dreamer, who was his biggest rival in ECW.
Yeah.
And they've been feuding the entire time they've been here in ECW. And allegedly it goes back to when they were children, and Beulah McGillicuddy was there as the fat girl, as a child.
Right.
And so now Tommy Dreamer has about had enough of this. He takes down the chain. He's going to go handle some business. Or
is the match over?
No, they're still going, but he's in the middle of it. He thinks he's got Terry Funk in hand. Okay.
Because I saw the doctor try to call it off, and
now this right here, look at this fellow. Who would you call that? What do you think his name is?
That's Bill DeMott. That's got to be, right?
Actually, his name's Big Dick.
Okay. Big Dick Lamont. Okay. And heard a lot of stories about him as a trainer too, by the way, in NXT.
They announced that Big Dick Dudley is fresh out of jail. So he's out of jail and he's here to take care of Tommy Dreamer on behalf of Raven.
Oh, they're
right in front of the front door, by the way. I should mention this. Right in front of the front door.
And wait a minute, there's a table. I see it. How many tables are stacked up there, for God's sakes? What? Do it again. Oh, now you know the chant of ECW is coming out now. Oh, my God.
The childlike glee of Tony Schiavone. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sold. Even though Paul Heyman hates me, I'm sold. Fuck, Paul, you knew what you were doing. You and Tommy Dreamer and your whole crew. And the match still is going on. That's what's freaking amazing about all this.
Yeah, it's not over. We're not done.
All right. Oh no, trash can. And he throws. Oh, here comes Dreamer now. Is that Dreamer? Yeah, it is him in the ring. And look at Terry Funk just still bleeding. And Funk, as Raven is down, Funk's got to roll over. 1, 2. Oh, of course, a false finish. Inside cradle. 1, 2, 3. He won it with an inside cradle. He won this fucker with an inside cradle. He had barbed wire stuck up his ass. He had, oh my God, he had a ladder, and a trash can, and it was an inside cradle that won the fucker. God bless America. And God bless pro wrestling.
How great is that?
Yo, that is outstanding.